And hopefully Victor, who is going to be throwing the green flag here in just a moment, has gotten a few pointers from you, Junior.
Yeah, he's got that green flag hidden here behind the flag stand, but he has control of this field right here. As the field starts to throttle up, the green flag is out. Already seeing cars fanning out, blocking runs, taking runs, even early in this race. Usually the first start of this race, of any race, the very first start, the most tame, those will get more and more intense as we get going into this race.
Down the backstretch, jockeying for position. The first 3 in line, now 4 in line. Josh Berry wanting to get something positive going on this season. It's been consistent, but he hasn't found victory lane, and I think the expectations are that he would be in victory lane by now.
Coming off of turn 4. What a view watching these cars fan out, hitting the wall off of turn 4. Come on over here, Victor. The wind coming off of these cars down in the straightaway. Just incredible. Woo! That's a good time right there, man.
As team president Chris Rice, I mentioned some personnel changes earlier today. Chris Rice is going to start calling a little more of the races for Daniel Hemrick, being more hands-on specifically with the 11 team to see if that'll help them build some momentum going into the playoffs, Kim.
Well, you heard Cole Custer talk about the issue with the brake pedal. He's also very loose, so loose on the long runs, finishes that service right there, just said, I can't turn on the track very well with what the car is doing.
Well, the 0-0 of Cole Custer came before the end of the stage. The pit road will close this time around. It's a little bit surprising.
Into the battle for the win. So moving into third place right there around his teammate. Here comes Sam Smith back to the inside. Really impressive. Tight side drafting right there as they head to turn 3. I bet Nemechek thought he had this position taken, but now he's going to work this outside.
Josh Berry on the top of your screen will be grabbing his second stage win this season. So he wins stage 1. It went by quickly. Daniel Hemrick holding on for second. And then John Hunter Nemechek, Sammy Smith, and Sheldon Creed rounding out the top 5. Again, top 10, all receiving stage points.
But he's dragging off all kinds of things there. Sway bar arms, all kinds of problems could happen because of this. Battle for fourth.
Yeah, he's just under attack. I didn't think that the couple laps on the tires would make that much of a difference, but it obviously is. The 0-0 continues to lose spots. More power to him. That's always very tough.
And the final stage about to get underway. It'll be 45 laps remaining of this 90-lap race. Back to green, and they fan out. 2-3 wide back in the back.
Line of contact.
They're into the wall.
That's the 0-0. I believe the 20 as well.
Yeah, John Hunter's bid for 3 in a row is going to end with a wreck here on the front stretch.
And that's, that restart looks so similar to last week at New Hampshire, but this week it was really a product of the older tires on the front row and several rows, right? Rows 2, row 3. Everybody's sitting there trying to build traction, trying to get the throttle down, spinning tires and not going anywhere. And here comes the rest of the field behind them on new tires. A lot of stack up.
A lot of damage here for the 20 of John Hunter Nemechek. The front end smashed in. He's trying to nurse his way back around to pit road. Let's look at what happened on this restart.
Yeah, from that higher view we watched, you could see everybody wiggling, squirming, trying to get traction. A lot of movement, a lot of bumper tag, trying to push each other and get each other going. Just very aggressive, trying to get each other going. It's because of how hard it was for the front 2 rows to get going on those old tires.
So you see the 4th car closest to you, that purple 20. He's pushing the 48, and then he, just kind of gets swapping ends on him, and he comes across and catches the 0-0.
Yeah, he gets pushed by his teammate Sammy Smith as well, but as he's getting pushed by Sammy, he's moving back and forth across the racetrack. So he goes left, right, and so he gets kind of turned into the 0-0, hits the 0-0, and that's what gets the crash going. But a lot of pushing and shoving while cars aren't going straight. And you can see everybody struggling, trying to get power down and moving all over the racetrack just to get the motor going. A lot of great avoidance back there for some cars going so low. Luckily, we have so many lanes of asphalt here to be able to get out of the way and avoid contact. And there's the damage to the 20 car on the left front. Right front damage as well from contact on the outside wall.
Parker Kligerman on the inside, and is he going to clear both cars? It looks like he will as they go through the tunnel turn. Now up in front of Ryan Sieg out of that tunnel turn.
Yeah, Sieg trying to battle back there. Good run off of the tunnel for the 39 down into turn 3 here. Right in the tire tracks of the 48 of Kligerman. Here comes the 16 to the inside now. This is the close call to get down into turn 1. 16's just loose up the racetrack. Both drivers able to continue. This is riding on board with Kligerman.
Look how close this is.
It's easy to do.
Oh, boy, just way off the pace in front of the 7. 7 runs him over.
And did Joey Gase run out of fuel there?
That's a great point, Rick. Let me see when he was last on pit road.
The top 2 side by side as they go into turn 1. Up the racetrack, the 21 goes. Austin Hill is going to try to hang on, but here comes Josh Berry.
Austin's going to come down and try to side draft the 8 car and race him off into the tunnel. Big runs coming from behind.
The 98 of Riley Herbst. He was trying to use that high line. The momentum now on the side of Hill, but Berry able to clear him as they go into turn 3.
Sieg in the middle. Chase Elliott all the way on the bottom. Who's going to give? Chase lifts. Almost gets run over by Moffitt.
Moffitt up the racetrack. Contact made. Daniel Hemrick, it looked like, was able to save that. And another one into the wall. Coming out of the tunnel turn. And the caution will come out. Another restart.
I don't know if it was the angle of attack for the 17 or just respect as being the guy in the Xfinity Series who didn't want to upset it, but he definitely gave way and allowed the 2 cars on the outside coming in.
A lot of damage to Connor Mozak in the 19. Overtime presented by Credit One Bank. 2 laps remaining. Big push from Austin Hill on Josh Berry. No fuel stumbles as they get into 1. Josh Berry way too high. Here comes the 21. Austin Hill makes the pass. Sam Mayer also taking second away.
Gates going to fight back on the outside here.
Will that mistake be too costly for Josh Berry to make up? Through the tunnel turn and into 3. They'll see the white flag next time by on the front stretch. Austin Hill, 3 wins already on the season. Could he steal one here today?
He's going to try to break the draft down the front straightaway. Everybody's going to go down there. The tailpiece on the racetrack.
Debris on the track. Is that going to bring out a caution, or will they let him race all the way back around? Now Berry right on the back bumper of the 21. He gets aggressive. Contact made. Side by side as they go down Long Pond straightaway. Again, he hits Mayer. Mayer had cleared him. Here comes Chase Elliott in the 17 as well. Oh, up into the wall. Hard hit there. And around goes Ryan Sieg. The caution comes out. Austin Hill is going to get scored with the win. Big issues for Josh Berry. You still see that piece of debris on the front stretch, but it's Austin Hill who comes around, and when the caution flag came out, he was out front. And Austin Hill, 6th career win and 4th win now of 2023. And Junior, you told us that he's not going to get the actual checkered flag that they flew at the end there. He gets another one.
That's what my investigation uncovered up there on the flag stand earlier today. Is there's 2 checkered flags.
Okay. And Kim's down with race winner Austin Hill.
And you just saw it. He has gotten all of the hugs and support from his team. Man, what a wild finish to this race. You survived a restart in overtime. There was chaos in those last laps. Describe what you had to get through to get to the checkered flag.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't have the best car all day. Andy and everybody back at RCR and ECR Engines worked really hard, and we got the car better. I mean, I thought that we were, you know, maybe a top 5, top 7 car, but I didn't think that we had anything for the leader. The 8 was so fast today, and on that restart, he drove into 1, and he got really loose on entry, and I was just trying to hit my line, and I throttled up, cleared him. And then taking the white, I backed it up way too much into 1, just not wanting to do what the 8 did. And he packed air on me, ended up getting in my back bumper, and then we drag raced down the backstretch. And I thought the 1 was about to split us 3 wide. He had a big run, and me and the 8 both kind of like closed it up. And he basically had to push me at that point. And then once I cleared him, I just knew I had to hit my marks, and obviously caution came out. So I can't thank everyone enough. This Global Industrial Chevrolet wasn't as fast as Xfinity 10G today, but we brought it home. These colors must be kind of good luck for me. This is the same exact paint scheme I had when we won in Las Vegas. So, man, such a special win. You know, we obviously with fuel saving had to save fuel there. Didn't know if we were even going to make it, and that was on my mind on the last lap going into the tunnel turn. I'm like, I got to get back to the start-finish line, and had enough fuel to do a burnout, so we saved enough.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate
Austin Hill rebounds from a speeding penalty, has enough fuel to get to the finish line, gets his 4th win of the NASCAR Xfinity Series season.